Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Joe Usual, and today I'm going to show you how to take your Constellation basic ship and turn it into the best utility ship that you absolutely can have at the beginning of the game. So this character is level 5, and when I'm done, we're going to have all of the crafting stations on the ship. We're going to be able to carry 4 people for board missions, and we're going to be able to do most of the cargo missions early game because we're going to have 1,500 kilograms of carry weight. I'm also going to have an additional crew member slot so we can have 3 crew members on board at any one time, which is the most you're going to be able to have at the beginning of the game anyway, unless you get the perk, which is in the social tab down at the bottom, and you need that perk to be able to have more than 3 crew members on your ship at any one time. All right, let me go ahead and start off. By the way, my character is level 5, and I only have 40,000 credits in my pocket, so this is not an expensive build at all. Let's go ahead and go over to the technician, and we'll get started.
Need some work done?
Yes, I'd like to view and modify my ships.
Okay, no problem.
And okay, so this Frontier right now, what we're going to do right off the bat, guys, is we're going to go ahead and hit B, and we're going to go ahead and back out. And let me go ahead and take the cowling off, and we're going to take the docker off. And remember that when you're building ships, your docker's got to be the highest point on your ship. If it's not, then you won't be able, it won't let you finish because you have to be able to dock to another ship at all times. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're also going to pull this this module here out, this 2x1. We're going to replace that 2x1 because this 2x1 can't be changed into anything else. And what I mean by that, let me delete this, is that go to add and go to habs. There we go. The habs, the 2x1s, if you go and you see if you go here, you see these little dashes underneath. Those are different versions of the habs. Okay. The all-in-one is what we just deleted. All right, and now we have Deimos and Nova. We're going to go with Nova today. Every company has the different aesthetic, but they all have the same components on the interior. Okay, so the all-in-one is going to have the navigation console, the bed, the galley, and the passenger slots, right? So, but they have different versions, so they look different, and they might... Like the chairs might be different. If you have a hard time getting around in one version, try a different company. That's my advice to you. So there we have the all-in-one version A, and then by using the mouse keys, I'm going to be not mouse keys, the arrow keys. I'm going to be moving over, and now we have the B, and then now we have the armory, and the armory has weapon storage and display. We have the captain's quarters, which is going to give a bed, storage, and a galley. We have the computer core, which is going to give us storage, crew stations, 1 crew station. We have, oh, by the way, the captain's quarters. Let's see. The armory also gives 2 passenger slots. Let's see, computer core, control station. It is a crew station, storage, galley. So that's 4 crew stations. But you don't have to worry about that early game because you can't even have 4 crew on your unless you have that perk, and it takes like 12 slots in social to even get to that point. All right, so you don't need that. Infirmary is going to give you a pharmaceutical lab and a research lab, but nothing else. It'll give living quarters are going to give you a bed as well as 2 passenger slots. The science lab is going to give you a pharmaceutical lab, a research lab, a galley, and 2 passenger slots. And the workshop is going to give you the weapon workbench, the industrial workbench, space suit workbench, and 2 passenger slots. Most bang for your buck, this one. Well, we're going to go with 3 different modules right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 3 modules real quick, and then we're going to modify them after, okay? So I'm going to show you how to modify them once they're installed right now. Let me go, okay, and only the 2-in-1s give you this many options, so that's why we're going with 2-in-1s. So I got 3 of those. We're going to, and these are the all-in-ones right now, so we're just going to slap these in here. I'm going to go 1 here, 1 on top. And come on, go and use the R and the F buttons to go up and down respectively. And now this one right here, I'm going to move this back. And what I'm going to do is then, because I don't want to have to go down a bunch of ladders to get in and out of a ship whenever I'm docking. So I only have to go up like 1 set of ladders there to go up and down. So I don't want to have to go down another set of ladders, which is why I moved that backwards. Let's go ahead and put this up right here and make sure everything looks right. And we'll go down. Okay, now it just has a warning. By the way, when you see this yellow warning, let me do a flight check. It says reduce mass or add engines to improve mobility. It's fine, okay? I spent hours and hours and hours in live stream trying to get rid of this notification. It doesn't really matter so long as your mobility doesn't go too low. You're going to be fine, all right? So my mobility right now is 66. It's okay. If we wanted to fly this ship right now, it would fly just fine. It would turn a little slower. It's not that big a deal, okay? Especially if you're like doing board missions and you're moving cargo or you're moving people. The lower mobility is not that big a deal. So long as you don't go too low, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about that warning, okay? I spent a lot of hours, a lot of agonizing hours trying to get around that. It's fine. You're going to have that. I'm going to have that. I'm okay with it. So long as my mobility doesn't get too low, we're all right. Anyway, so that being said, I just wanted to make sure everything was attached and everything was right. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to, now I'm going to go down to this bottom module. And now to change it once it's installed, you hit the space bar and then it turns green and then use the arrows to move it. Now what I want for me on this one is I want the computer core because it's going to give me an additional cruise station. Also, it's going to give my bottom level a lot of room to move around. So that's what I want for that, okay? And then we want to go ahead in the middle one. In the middle one, we're going to go with the science lab because that's going to give me my pharmaceutical lab. It's going to give me the research lab. It'll also give me a galley so I can cook, and it gives me 2 passenger slots. And then on the top one, we're going to do the workshop, guys. And that's going to give me my weapon workbench, my industrial workbench, my space suit workbench, and an additional 2 passenger slots. Now, as it stands right now, I have 3 crew members that are available to me. I've got 4 passenger slots, and I have all of the crafting stations. The only thing I don't have is a bed. And that's okay. I'm all right with not having a bed. If I need a bed, we can always change this out later on. Not a big deal. If I wanted to go down 1 crew station, I can go ahead and I can do that. If I don't need 3 crew members at the time, I can change out the bottom one. I can go to living quarters, or we can go to you know, whatever. But now to give ourselves a little bit more power, because we're actually going to want to add storage to this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tack on. We're going to go ahead and change out the reactor, and we're going to change out the grav drive. Now I want to do these parts one at a time to make sure that they're attached, because if you do too many things at once and put it all on together, sometimes the game says, well, your parts aren't attached. So you want to do this one at a time. So this reactor right here, we're going to go ahead and go. This is a Class A 14 power generated reactor. This is the 330T. Mind you, parts, okay, class parts have to be put together. A Class A ship can only use Class A parts. Class B ships only use Class B parts. You cannot mix and match, so don't try. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to find a reactor that's better than 14. So we're going to go add G, and we're going to go to reactors. And this one right here is the best I can get. And mind you, as you go up in level, new parts and new things are going to show up that weren't there before. So as you go up in level, go check back. Go check back to your places where you find these things and shop around. Sometimes you'll find better ones as you level up. So don't be discouraged just because you can't find what you're looking for now, or because a guide told you that you could get this part here and you couldn't find it. You're probably not high enough level. All right, so anyway, this one's a 16. We're going to pick this up, and it's a Class A. I'm going to delete this one. We're going to put this back in place. Let's go ahead and lower this down. Oh, no, I want it. Lower it down. There we go. Now it fits. And then we're going to go ahead. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to replace the grav drive. Now look at this right now. See, if you see this, you can see I can add something to the back of this, but I can't add something to the back of this grav drive. Where that's going to change. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. There we go. Now I can put something in the back of that grav drive, but it wouldn't let me before. So what we're going to do is we're going to find a grav drive with a max power of 8, a little bit higher than 8. So go to grav drives. And this grav drive right here we cannot use because it's a Class B grav drive. So we have to use this one. And this is the R1000 grav drive. And it's cool that it's bigger than the other one because it's going to stick out a little bit more. And that's going to be good for us right now. So I'm going to delete this one right here. And we're going to install this one. And we got to make sure, like I said, all the time as we do it, that they're attached, because we want to make sure that everything's attached at all times. Otherwise, if you put a bunch of stuff on it once, you don't know what's attached, what's not attached, and it becomes confusing. Now, what I need now is I do want more engines, because in a minute I'm going to add storage, and it won't let me go anywhere if I don't have any storage. So I don't have any more power. So we're going to go to structural, and we're going to have to put 2 more engines on this sucker. You can only have 4 engines at once, by the way. So be aware, 4 engines is the most you can have at this point. I think ever is 4 engines. So you make the best, get the best bang for your buck. Go down to structural to Nova Bracer, my favorite part in the whole entire game. Nova Bracers are amazing because they give you so many points where you can add things. And the weapon rack. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put this bracer. I think I'm going to put it right here, right there, and put this bracer here. And the reason I need 2 bracers is because you need a space in between engines, or it won't let you add more engines. So there we got that, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to engines. By the way, when you delete something, it does give you credit. It does give you a trade-in value. It's not nearly as much as what you bought it for, but you do get a little bit of money back, which is nice. So, so be aware you are getting some money back. It's not going to. You're not like eating the total cost when you delete something or you're changing out a part. But it's not that much money, but it's a little money when you scrap things. So, all right. So the engines we have are the 2010 white dwarf engines. It's the best we can do. Like this is right now. This is a Class B Nova 1000. I can't use it because it's Class B. So we're going to go with the white dwarf, and I'm going to buy 2 of those. And so so if they're facing a different direction, that's the wrong direction, hit the Z button, and it'll reverse it for you. And if you're like going up against something, oh, why can't I see the connector? It's probably reversed. Just hit the Z button. We're going to place this one here, and we're going to place this one, right here. And actually, this is not going to it says it's nominal right now, because look at this. Now the thing you got to remember, like I said, I don't know if I said it or not, but the docker's got to be the highest point on your ship, because you have to be able to dock to a ship, and you got to be able to get to it. So your engines can't be higher. Nothing can be higher than that docker. And if you have to use a single 1x1 to get higher, you can do that. It's not a big deal. Now we're nominal, man. Now we're nominal. Now we got plenty of power, and we're ready to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding storage modules. Now I have, like I said, 3. We have all the stations. We don't have a bed, but we can switch that out for something later on. If we don't want 3 crew members, we can have 2 crew members and have a bed. It's not a big deal. We can just switch out the module. So we got 3 crew members. We have all the stations. We can haul 4 people for our mission board missions. And now we only have 450 cargo. We're going to make that a lot more. Let's go ahead and go to here and add cargo. Go to cargo here. And I'm going to go with the biggest one. This is the cargo Store Max 40 cargo hold. That's going to hold 245 each. I'm going to go ahead and put 4 of those on here. So we're going to go ahead G. Well, it's in. I guess I can't do that unless I move out of the way. Hang on. There we go. Get a 4th one, and then we'll start putting these on here. All right. So. Now, you can get creative with where you want to put these things, so long as you have the room. But what you're going to notice here in a minute is we're not going to be able to put some of these where we want to, even though it's showing me that I can. Like I think this one is going to be one of them. Maybe not. I might be able to put this here. Well, hang on. If I can scroll over here and get this. This gets touchy sometimes. Sometimes it gets frustrating. There we go. Okay, so those 2 will go there. If you want to put them there, you can. I want to move them around, I can move them around. So if I want this to be symmetrical, slap that one there. But we're going to have an issue with this last one. It's going to tell me that it doesn't want to place. Why is that? It's because there's a gun in the way. Okay? We've got a gun in the way. It's right here. All right? But what we can do is we take this gun and we slap it right here. Doesn't matter. Now we can put that right there. And now we have 1,430 cargo. Most cargo missions don't go over 1,000, but sometimes there's 2 cargo missions on a board and you want to pick them both up. And I wanted to do that, and so I spent hours and hours trying to get this ship to carry 2,000 cargo. You can't do it, guys. You just cannot do it. I mean, if you can, you tell me in the comments section how to do that, because I could never figure out how to get more than this amount. And because if you notice, even though I have the room, I have the space for more cargo slots. If I try to add another cargo hold onto this, even though I could place it, it says 2 errors. Minimum landing gear count, I'd have to add more landing gear, which is okay, which means I'd have to extend this. Not a big deal, but I need more grav jump. Okay, I just don't have the grav jump capability right now because I don't have a big enough grav drive. You got to get up in level to buy a bigger grav drive. Then you can start doing more. But right now, that's okay. We're going to delete this. Guys, don't get frustrated with this. This is the absolute most you can do with this ship right now. Now you can go ahead and increase your gun size. Absolutely. Right now, look at this engine. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and this is the most engines you can have is 4 engines, but you've got all the engine power. The problem is that you don't have the power core power to fire that all the way up. You just don't. Now, same thing with your guns, okay? You can buy more guns and slap them onto the ship. Matter of fact, let me show you something. Let's go over to let's go to structural, go all the way down to the bottom, and then you got the Nova weapon mount. If we buy that, we can take this Nova weapon mount, which is really cool. Hang on, if I can get it. And we're gonna go ahead and go down and go up and slap it there. Now we're still nominal. I got 35,000 right now. Now I can slap a bunch more weapons on this. Okay, you can slap a ton more weapons on here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with. Okay, you want to use the same type of weapons because you can only have so many weapon slots. So you only have 3 different weapons on your ship, but you can have as many of those weapons as you want, so long as you don't go over. You're okay. So what we're going to do here is, if I go with, this is the cannon. Let's go ahead and go add, and let's go to the cannon. Was the Mauler 104, I think? I think that was what we had. So we'll go ahead and we will slap on, hang on. And move over. And then go up. Actually, you know what? We can slap this cannon down below if we want to do that. And it'll reverse. I think yeah, it'll place. Boom. There we go. Now look at that. We've doubled our cannon ability, and we can put as much power as we want into that. And what I would suggest is like if you're going into a fight, get as many weapons as you can, put as much power as you can into them, so you can do as much damage as possible. 2 guns firing at the same time is going to punch through a hull and a shield faster than 1 gun. Okay, you might be able to continuously fire for longer with only 1 gun, but with your shields with your energy being as low as it is, they're hitting you, you're hitting them. You want to hit them as many times as possible so they can hit you as few times as possible so you can kill them as quickly as possible. At this point, it's all about getting their shields down and getting through their hull before they can get through your shields and through your hull. If that makes sense, I hope so. You know, I don't know if I can afford any more missiles. Let's see if we can afford missiles. Atlatl 278. Look at that. I can afford another batch of missiles. So we're gonna do that. So we're gonna put those right on the other side there. There we go. So now we've increased our missiles. We've increased our cannons, our lasers. It's going to take us the same amount of time to punch through the enemy weapons. But I don't know that you're going to have the energy to put that much power into your lasers anyway, or any of the other stuff as it is. But I came in under the amount I had. I had 41,000. This cost me 40,676 credits. All right, guys, and if you look right here, it says we are nominal, and we do our flight check. There's absolutely nothing that's going on that is wrong. So we have all the power that we need. We actually got more firepower. We have all of the stations on board that we need to craft anything we need to craft. We don't have a bed, but we can switch that out for if we want to drop a crew member. But we can do 3 crew members right now versus 2 that you normally can. I can haul 4 people for board missions if I want to haul settlers or miners. I can haul 1,430 cargo. So in most cargo missions are under 1,000, and so it still gives you room to have your stuff. We do have some storage inside of here. I'm going to show you that in just a second. I got more firepower, like I said. We increased our jump distance. Our mobility is at 70, so it's looking really good. Our mass is a little larger than it was, but that doesn't really matter. The only thing we didn't do is we didn't increase our shields. But you know what? All you got to do is a couple more missions, guys, and you're going to be able to get more guns, more shields, and as you go up in level, you'll find better parts and components that are going to show up, and you can switch out your habitation modules as you need to just afford whatever occasion you need to. I'm going to give you a tour right quick, and we're going to check this out. All right, let's take a look at our ship, guys. This is the brand new Constellation Frontier. Let's go ahead and go on up, and we'll go inside.
Just lift off when you are, Captain.
All right, so we got control stations here. Now it said it had, I've been told it had storage, so let's see if we can find the storage. Okay, so there's the storage box right there, and that storage box holds 10. It's not that much. This storage box right here, it holds 150. So there's 160 right there. Storage. Now these lockers don't hold anything. I really wish they did, but they don't. But we have an additional 160 storage in there. And then we have this right here. A lot more room. It feels like it's a lot more room than what we had before. I do like this fact. I can't close the doors, but that's okay. Going up here. All right, so this is our med station. This is the science lab. We can hold 2 people with this. We do have the pharmaceutical lab right here, and the research lab right there. I don't think there's any storage in here. I don't think this hall has storage. I thought it said it did have storage. Oh no, it's got the galley. That's right. We have the galley as well. So we're going to be able to cook here as well if we want to, which is really nice. And then going up to the 3rd level, we have the workshop. And we have the weapon workbench here. We've got the industrial workbench here. We've got the spacesuit workbench there. And I have a place for 2 different passengers right there. Unfortunately, there's no storage here, but that's okay. The fact that we have an additional 160 storage in addition to the what is it? The 1400. 1430. So that will actually give us 1590 mass storage all in all. So if I get an overflow, I can go ahead and I can dump stuff into that storage box so I can have enough to run a cargo mission if I need to, if I'm a little bit over. So anyway, guys, that is the absolute best utility ship in Starfield at the very beginning of the game. Now, like I said, as you level up, you're going to get better. But right now, this is the best you can do, and I don't think it's half bad. So hopefully this helped you out, guys. If it did, give us a thumbs up. And if I've earned your subscription, don't forget to hit that bell icon for notifications. As I always say, I am my usual me. You be your usual you, and we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.